Greetings and salutations, scribblers. Today, I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart as someone who works with early stage authors, and that's the art of revision. Revision isn't something we talk about much in the writing world. We just expect that writers will know how to do it. This can be especially difficult for your first few manuscripts, especially if you're working on your own without a mentor or an editor. So today, I want to look at what revision isn't and do a deeper dive into all the things that revision is. So first of all, revision is not checking your spelling, grammar, and punctuation and calling it a day. Those elements are more in line with copy editing, which is the final stage your book would go through before publication. And while there's no harm in going through and making corrections to these things, doing this level of editing on a first or a second draft might not be the best use of your time because the chapter or section you so lovingly correct could end up being cut. My advice is to not intentionally go through and fix any of those elements. What I do is I make corrections as I'm doing my other revision work for any grammar, spelling, or punctuation errors that I come across. This satisfies my need to have things be correct, but without devoting intentional time to the task when I should be revising other elements. Revision is the process of looking at all the parts of your story and making them clearer, more focused, and more streamlined. This is a huge process. Many early stage authors will think that they can do a comprehensive edit in under a month. And while it's not impossible, it is very difficult to do a good job in that short of time frame. I suggest that you plan on 6 to 8 months to revise your manuscript. Part of this is because you need to focus on every element of your story, and that is exhausting. You're also going to create new problems as you solve your current ones. This is normal, so don't panic. It's all part of the process. So what do we look at when we're revising? The short answer is everything. But let's break that down a bit more. You're going to look at your basic story and plot elements. These are things like pacing, order of events, world building, protagonist and antagonist, and their arcs. For each of these, you'll want to look with a critical eye for how that story element can be enhanced to make the story better and more interesting to the reader. Some other elements you'll want to revise for are character voice, genre conventions, mood, tone, cutting out backstory, making sure all your plot points are connected, providing steadily building conflict and tension, character chemistry, character agency, making sure you're tying up all the loose ends at the end of a manuscript, and my personal favorite, keeping track of injuries. This is not a comprehensive list, and it's going to change based on what you're writing and what your own personal writing strengths and weaknesses are. You should be starting to see why this is a months-long process, though. You're going to end up rewriting a significant portion of your manuscript, which is why I recommend not doing the copy edit level grammar and spelling corrections. To start your revision process, you're going to do a very thorough read-through of your manuscript. You'll need to look at it through an editorial lens. This means that you're looking for its weak spots. I like to print my drafts out, and I do this because seeing it as a hard copy instead of looking at my screen allows my brain to see from a fresher perspective. I know some writers who change the font and then read it, just whatever it takes to kind of trick your brain into making it seem new and fresh. Either way, leave yourself lots and lots of margin notes. I sometimes even sketch out quick fixes or a specific element I want to add or highlight. Your next step is to review all of your notes and write your own edit letter to yourself. This will help you to see where things overlap and tie in, because a lot of the things that you'll be revising will create ripple effects throughout your manuscript. So remember when I said earlier that you'll create new problems as you revise? This is exactly what I was talking about. And yes, Bellamy has decided that he really needs love right now, so bonus Bellamy for this video, yes. Once you have your notes and your edit letter, check... Let me start over again. Ooh. Once you have your notes and edit letter, check out our video on how to write an edit letter. You should do one more step before you dive into the actual revision. You want to look at everything that you want to revise and decide what element will have the biggest impact. And this is where you should start your revision. Start with that structural element and go in the order of events or pacing, and then work down to the more nuanced and small elements. I suggest working like this because it's going to streamline the process and prevent you from fixing the nuances of conversation between characters that ends up being cut because, again, you decide that it slowed down the pacing, and so you got rid of it. So now, scribblers, you're ready to do the actual revision. Just to let you know, we do offer a self-paced revision course that covers the process of revision. You can get an additional 15% off if you use code YouTube15. Click the link in the description and enroll today. We also run revision cohorts periodically throughout the year. This is a 3-month program that provides small groups of 4 to 6 writers with personalized guidance through that revision process. We meet virtually twice a month, and you'll get a weekly email checking on your progress and offering accountability. This is a great way to learn and practice the skills necessary for revisions and to have that built-in like coach and brainstorming partner throughout the process, right? Our next set of revision cohorts starts in June, so please be sure to sign up using the link in our bio, and we hope to see you there. Happy writing, Scribblers!